Good day, gardeners. This is Dick Zondag, the Garden Doctor, and we're going to look at our onion harvest and the difference between the different methods that we had growing onions this year. Here we are in my garden. We had a pretty dry summer, and so it was chore keeping up on the watering, and so you're going to see a big difference between the onions that I grew in the garden and the ones that I grew under trickle irrigation with the tomatoes. And so here we are in the garden, and you can see I had a few nice large onions, but we also had just average size onions pretty much the whole row, with plenty of onions for the winter, but you prefer to have the larger onions. So we're going to pull these and put them on a picnic table or a drying table and see once, let them dry out, and then we'll put them into the onion mesh bags that we store them over winter. So, you know, the bigger ones, we did get a couple of nice size onions, but most of them were in this size, which is still a good size for eating. We'll head on over to the trickle irrigation ones and show you what we'd had, the luck that we had with those onions. So here we are in the area where I use trickle irrigation. I set up trickle irrigation on some peppers and tomatoes, and I put in some of the onion plants that we sell in the catalog. And what I did with them to give them a little head start is I kind of healed them into peat-based soil. I didn't separate them, I just left them in a bundle, but I just put them in, and I left them in that peat-based soil for about a week, just until new roots were starting to come out of the transplants. And then I transplanted them in here. I stuck them about 6 inches apart. I probably should have put them a little farther apart, but you can see the difference. I did the same things with the ones that we just looked at in the garden, and they did very well too. But when you add the trickle irrigation so that they get watered on a regular basis, and you add fertilizer through the trickle irrigation, which I did with the siphon system that I use, you can see there are a few weeds in here, but I tried to keep the weeds down. And when you do that, boy, look what you get. I'm going to grow a lot more of these next year so I can use them as gifts, because people always love onions. So great onion crop for what we did, and boy, I'm going to enjoy onions all winter long. This is Dick Zondag, the Garden Doctor.